Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going over all of the different campaigns which are ending with this coming maintenance. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the very first thing I want to go over is of course the keyword. The keyword is spring_chicken, alright? Once you type that, you're simply going to press escape, you're going to go to systems, get campaign items, receive item account, and over here you will get 50 star gems as well as some rappy shape fritters and a weapon camo, so make sure to pick that up. The next thing I want to go over is of course PSO2 day. It is coming up in a couple of days, so for me it's actually going to be on April 2nd, but for all of my friends in America it's going to be on April 1st, so do make sure that you log in to pick up all of your freebies because you do get 70 star gems as well as a bunch of boosts, including the EXP earn plus 50% and the rare drop rate plus 100%. Now the next thing I want to go over is the AC Scratch Downy Dream. This will be going away. There are some notable items over here, so just keep that in mind. I do recommend you to at least go through the entire loot table over here and see if there is anything that you want, because I do see some of these items going up in price after the scratch goes away. However, if nothing in that AC Scratch does interest you, I do recommend saving your AC, as we do have the Rurouni Kenshin collaboration starting from next week, so there is a bunch of freebies. So we do have the login rewards as well as all of these cutouts, which we're all going to get for free, but on top of that we also get the AC Scratch ticket Rurouni Kenshin style, which of course has our main character Kenshin with his outfit. There is both the type 1 and type 2 variants, and on top of that there are also a bunch of stamps, build parts, as well as Arks ID backgrounds that we can also pick up all from this AC Scratch, so that is pretty nice. Now unfortunately this is pretty much it for next week. There's nothing new coming in next week. We still have our seasonal event, we still have our seasonal points, we still have our limited time quest. Everything is still going to be around. There's no new content other than this scratch as well as this collaboration, so that's pretty much the only thing coming in next week. So with that being said, I do recommend people to start farming up a little bit of seasonal points in order to buy out the seasonal shop, or at least the important items. As you can see here, I have bought out a lot of the items. You know, notably the alpha reactors are pretty nice. You almost get like 1.5, a little bit more, maybe 1.6 million Meseta, which is pretty nice. There are a bunch of Gigas capsules that you can pick up. There's a master cube. I picked up the star gems, the special scratch tickets, as well as all of the different cosmetic items, including 80 of the spring 2024 special scratch tickets, which can also give you star gems. Remember, 80 scratches in the spring 2024 special scratch ticket does give you 2 selector tickets, which if you just want the star gems, it is guaranteed 200 star gems, which is pretty nice. All you need to do is buy out the seasonal shop. However, if you do want any of the weapon camos, you can actually use the selector ticket to actually just pick whatever weapon camo you want, which is definitely super duper nice as well. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to remind everyone is of course to max out your Genesis points per week. Remember, you can farm up 50,000 every single week by doing the time attack quest or Lucille exploration, and if you want to boost it even further, you can actually purchase from the SG shop. Scroll to the very bottom, there is the Genesis points earn plus 100%. I was able to get 50,000 Genesis points in 2 runs of the time attack. All I did was I literally went right here, I went to the time extension quest, and I did lowland extermination twice. We didn't even clear it. We got to wave 9 and we ran out of time on the last boss, and it gave me like 28,000 points per run. So I literally did it twice and I was maxed out. So it was super good, super fast. Now of course, if you can't do extermination, it's perfectly fine to do patrol. Patrol still gives you 16,000 per run. It's still a good amount. So if you do want to just blast through this and get a ton of Genesis points really quickly, that is how you do it. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the Arks Records. So as we can see, this week's Arks Record is the Cannonball Strike Solo, so make sure that you actually do it in order to get your Arks Record badges. Now, as usual, you want these Arks Record badges to pick up these weapon camos. Remember, these weapon camos are going away in 2 weeks. So if you haven't picked up any of these weapon camos, you might want to consider picking them up. Some of them are pretty nice and they are all color variants, so that is also really good. However, more importantly is, of course, the MK1 weapons if you still need to get your fixas up. So in my case, you know, I already have a Fixa Fatale 4, but you know, maybe I want to try to go for Fixa Fatale 5. then you can use these MK1 weapons and gamble and try to, you know, get your fix up there. But personally, I am pretty much done with the 10-star rarity weapons. I'm just waiting for the Darkfall's Dalian to come out. I'm going to be farming that and immediately upgrading to 11-star rarity weapons. Just keep in mind that, you know, we're still going to be using the 10-star rarity weapon for the average player. You're probably still going to be using this for a good 2 to 3 months. So if you haven't invested into your rare weapon, or you haven't invested into any 10-star rarity weapon, it's not too bad. You know, you can definitely start investing in getting your rare weapon, because remember, we do have the limited time task over here, which actually gives you a rare weapon. So if we scroll all the way down here, clear a limited time quest 1, 2, and 3, you get all the materials needed to get your first rare weapon. So it's essentially free, because remember, you're going to be doing the limited time quest every single day in order to get your reward box medals, because remember, you are going to need 40 of them in order to get all of the items from the reward box February 2024. The next thing I want to go over is, of course, the Aegis Integra exchange. We're going to scroll to the very bottom for Aegis Integras. We're going to exchange all of our Neo A weapons for more Aegis Integras, wabam, and then we are going to be buying out all of our Aegis Soul 4s over here, so that is very nice, as well as all the Dominas, because remember, just by doing this every single week, you are guaranteeing yourself a bunch of Halphinales, which is very nice. So once you bought out all of those, you're going to come to the item lab over here, go to exchange enhancement materials, augment capsules, and exchange for your regular Halphinales. As you can see over here, I can actually make 7 Halphinales, which are pretty nice. I'm actually bottlenecked by the Aegis Soul 4, so I should probably farm a little bit more of these in order to use up all of my surplus of Dominos over here. But nevertheless, we're going to make our 7 Halphinales, and let us take a quick look at how much they're going for now. Yeah, they're going for 600,000 now. They were even lower earlier in the week. I believe they went all the way down to like 400 or even 350,000. So they were really plummeting in price. However, I think that's just a lot of people quick selling at the very beginning of the week to make a quick buck. But prices have risen back up to, you know, the average price, 600,000. So I think it's still a good amount of money. But personally, I am saving up all of my Halphinales because personally, I just craft my Lux Halphinales and all of that myself. Now, the next thing I want to go over is, of course, the Growthment exchange shop. Please buy out all the CDs, because remember, in 2 weeks time, we are literally getting all of the new TA customizations. So you are going to need all of these CDs in order to max out your new skill. So regardless of whatever class you're playing, we're going to get new CDs or new skills, so you're going to need all of this material. So please make sure to buy all of this out now, because that way you have 2 to 3 weeks worth of materials before that patch kicks in, so you will be ready when that happens. All right, so make sure that you buy out all of the stuff, as well as all of the different LC capsules over here in case you do plan to upgrade any of your gear or, you know, just augment anything. Now, another thing I want to remind everyone is, if you're getting a bunch of Vershmel weapons as well as regular Octo armor, make sure to pick them up from the limited time quest or Lucille exploration or whatever you're running, because you can exchange them back into Growthment. As you can see here, I can exchange all of these weapons back into Growthment. So I can do that, and boom, look at this. This is 25 Growthment times 4. So that actually gives me 100 Growthment, which is really, really nice. So that's what I do most of the time in order to get some even more Growthment if I need it. So, you know, definitely don't sleep on that, because I know we do get quite a lot of Octo armors as well as Vershmel weapons now from the limited time quest in particular. So make sure that you actually use them and exchange them into more Growthment, because each one of these weapons do turn into 25 Growthment. Reason I'm holding on to these is because these are relatively high fixes and I might use later down the line. I'm not entirely sure yet. The next thing I want to remind everyone is, of course, the Dreadscale exchange. Make sure to pick up your TA customization disc X, because you are time gated on this. You can only pick up 1 every single week. So, you know, you don't want to sleep on this, especially if you are planning to play multiple classes. You're going to need a lot of these discs X, because you need 1 in order to max out any of those skills to level 10. And last but not least is, of course, your Alliance Badge exchange shop over here. Make sure that you pick up all your star gems. So this is another 30 star gems, super duper easy. And And if you need more Genesis points, you can pick these up as well. Now remember, the reason why you want to pick up all those Genesis points is because we do have the Genesis shop that also resets weekly now. So you want to come over here to the Genesis shop and pick up your 5 master fragments, because remember, 10 master fragments equals 1 end master cube. You definitely want to pick this up. So this will cost you 25,000 Genesis points. So that is the number one thing that you want to make sure that you pick up every single time. The rest is really up to you. You can definitely pick up some of these items. You can skip them if you want. It's, you know, it's very optional. Depends on how far you are in the game. You know, if you still need TA customization disc X as well as all of the B's, and then there's also the A's down here, you know, you can definitely pick all of these up as well. That'll cost you another 27,500 points. And then, you know, we've got our LC capsules if you want them as well. Now do keep in mind that the minerals down here reset monthly, all right? So it cuts off over here at the Grand Dread Keeper LC. If you go any lower down here, these are all monthly resets. So the cutoff line is right here. Okay? Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.